Here we have Polygon symbol MATIC versus the dollar, and this one very similar to Luna that we looked at earlier in the sense that, you know, it's still among the best charts in cryptocurrency land. We're seeing our first sort of correction after your all-time high breakout essentially, and for what it's worth right now, it is still operating on higher lows. Obviously, this would just be a very aggressive higher low at this 245 to 250-ish region. So what would confirm this as a higher low and make me be looking for another retest of $3, and then very likely, you know, continuation into early 2022 towards new all-time highs. I think tentative targets were like 330 and 350. That would be a daily closure above 265, yesterday's high essentially. That would confirm this as a higher low, and I guess pressure onto the upside again, which I suppose is possible here. The problem is that if Bitcoin does dump out, this one probably corrects down a little bit further south, at which point I'd be looking towards about 215 to anywhere around the 55, about 215 to 210 or so. And that would be a lot more obvious, I imagine, of a higher low and an easier trade, at least in my opinion as well, to be quite honest with you. But all higher term time frames on this one are still very much bullish. Weekly is just a retest and a backfill after your new weekly closing all-time high. 5-day, same thing as well, which is closing tomorrow, by the way. And then the monthly, which is also closing tomorrow, is going to have a chance to close on new all-time highs as well. And I'm generally going to be biased towards these higher term time frames in this case. And generally speaking, you know, assuming that we don't see any daily closures on new for basically below, like, let's say 210, that'd be my invalidation. I'm just generally looking for this one to float sideways and up into the new year. You know, probably around like mid to end of January, somewhere around your next major region, about 3.25 to 330 or so. That's where I'd actually really be expecting your next major consolidation, in a range between about 330 all the way down to maybe 2.5, actually, where you're at right now. Assuming that you know, that all of this does hold, but of course, you know, that's going to take time. So if you're on a very low term time from like a 4-hour right here, do we see any sort of indication that this thing is more likely to put in a higher low right here than come down towards that, toward, I think it was like the 220-ish region, or sorry, more like 215-ish region? I'm not really getting anything obvious right here, actually. We'll go to momentum charts over here and see if we have anything more obvious from this angle. Let's see, 4-hour. 4-hour turns up above 247, currently trading about 3 cents above there, so that is good. Bi-hourly is showing short-term up above 253, so technically not above there right now, and hourly will turn back up above 246. Maybe the 3-hour can help us, yeah, and actually will be up above 248.5. So the bi-hourly is the odd man out in this case. I'm generally looking for a short-term upside move here. If that leads into a daily closure above, or even a 12-hour closure above about 262, I would say that this is, I guess, my next higher low, and I'm looking for another retest of $3 and sets it up for a very good early January, I imagine, towards those next targets. Until then, I'd just be aware of the invalidation points and kind of the, you know, the order of operations for where those where those next higher lows could come in. As this one again is just, you know, it's been one of the stronger charts, so I always want to give it the benefit of the doubt in these cases. So hopefully that was helpful. And there you go for MATIC, sir.